Okay, guys, before we start, first I'd like to thank you for all of the support. I'd like to ask you to like and subscribe if you are willing to, because when you like and subscribe, it ends up in more people's recommended and it helps my channel grow. I appreciate that. If you want to support me, go ahead. If you don't want to, don't worry about it. I still thank you for watching the video or anything like that. And at the current moment, we're at 171 subscribers, almost at 200, which is actually very exciting. This is probably like, it's been a little over 2 months since I started this channel. Well, it might have been 3 because I started near the end of August. We're just going to call it 2.5 months. Anyway. Well, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to start this off by... I'm not going to start this off with the Saiyans. I'm going to start this off with the Earthlings, what they've been doing their time. Goku at the current age is 15. He was actually 16 when he fought Demon King Piccolo. And I'm going to have Demon King Piccolo pop up around this point, where the Saiyans are still injured, and with the healing tanks broken, it's going to take a bit longer for them to recoup. And King Piccolo's not on their mind. They don't even know who that is, or are they really worried about them, because he's basically an ant in their eyes, and they're more focused on getting stronger to face Frieza, as well as coming up with a plan. However, upon Piccolo's release, with him taking over the cities, he comes into contact with a group of individuals. This being Tien and Chaozu. At first they weren't going to mind it. Piccolo tells them to join his army, but they obviously refuse. Upon seeing this, they try and fight Piccolo, with Piccolo killing Chaozu, with Tien being able to make his way, being able to escape from Piccolo's wrath, having him seething with rage, wanting to kill him more than anything. But he realizes that he's not strong enough now. So he decides to meet someone. His master's old friend. He's learned everything he can from the Crane School. So he decides to go to the Turtle Hermit School and be trained by Master Roshi. This is like, I feel like this is the best path, because at this point Tien had already passed General Tao, and so he's learned pretty much everything there is to learn from the Crane School. So he decides to switch schools to increase his martial prowess and help him get stronger. And Bulma, well, she's kind of given up on her chase for the Dragon Balls for the time being, seeing as they were stolen by the Red Ribbon Army, or who are still a thing because Goku hasn't wiped them out yet. They're still a thing. So at this point, she decides to give up on it for now until she finds a opportunity that presents itself. And during this entire time, there's only been 6 of Dragon Balls. She could never find a 7. This is because the 4-star ball, Goku took it with him when he left Earth. Not really knowing what it is, but being his most prized possession, because this is the only thing that his grandpa left him, aside from the power pole, which he doesn't really use. Those were his two main possessions, his two most important items. Upon Goku arriving on Earth, and with the Dragon Ball and Power Pole being on the ship, Bulma, who just at the spur of the moment is checking the Dragon radar, seeing what's going on, not really expecting anything, but that's when she sees the bloop of the 4-star ball, who's been missing for all these years. Secure the Dragon Ball for herself, while all the other major parties are preparing their defenses and offenses for the arrival of Demon King Piccolo, seeing as he is too looking for the Dragon Balls. She goes for the 4-star ball. Upon arriving, she walks up to the at one point abandoned cabin, with it being kind of run down as if no one had lived in it for a couple of years. Inside, when she goes towards the cabin and comes inside, she sees in the distance a crashed spaceship, or what she can assume to be a spaceship, with technology she's never seen before. She walks inside the ship and sees what's going on. Broken tanks everywhere, as well as the shattered glass from the tanks, and burn marks near the engine bay, showing that it's quite damaged, as well as holes and damages throughout the rest of the ship. Everything's getting weirder and weirder the more she looks around, and then she realizes that the ball's not here, it's inside the cabin. She doesn't know what's inside the cabin, so she readies her gun, her pistol. Upon going in, she sees 4 men, or what she can assume to be men, sleeping. The only thing different about them is that they have tails, which is kind of weird. But hey, she doesn't judge too much. She sees the 4-star ball being clutched by one of the men in his sleep. This man is Goku, aka Kakarot. Goku's been sleeping with this ball for a while now. It's the only thing that helps him feel safe, helps him feel close to his grandfather, which also doubles his feeling of safety. Bulma manages to take it out of his hands. Right when she's about to leave, Goku says, "Where do you think you're going?" She freezes in her tracks. During this moment, she decides to take her gun and shoot the man. She lets off all 12 shots inside the clip, without leaving a single mark on Goku's skin. However, let me put something. Goku cannot be harmed by bullets. Yes he can, but it's like this. This happens when he's off guard. Goku at this point is always on guard, seeing as he's been through so many missions with him, killing entire planets where he doesn't know if something's going to shoot him in the back or anything like that. So the bullets don't really phase him. Upon seeing these bullets bounce off this man, she's scared, and the sounds of her firing the bullets awakens the other Saiyans, who get up, asking what she's doing there. However, Raditz, being kind of impatient, goes in for a killing blow, with Goku stopping his hand and telling Raditz to wait for a second. He wants to know what this woman is doing here. She doesn't seem like a Frieza soldier, seeing as how weak she is, and this isn't a weapon that the Frieza soldiers would use. So he believes that they're safe for the time being. She says that she'll trade anything for that ball, which Goku quickly denies. She says that she'll give them appropriate medical attention and anything else they would want, which Goku still denies. He asks what's so special about this thing. It was just the last thing that his grandfather left him. She tells him about the story of the Dragon Balls. When the Saiyans hearing this, they get an idea. This is when Goku tells her that he'll help her retrieve the rest of the Dragon Balls. But he's getting the first wish. And she agrees to this because she knows the Dragon Balls can be used after a year of time, because she already knows about the legends. Anyway, this is when they set off. We cut to Tien training in Eternal Hermit School for the past couple of months, getting ready for his revenge for Chaozu. This is when Kami comes down, with Tien being instantly on guard, because this man looks just like Demon King Piccolo, and the hate and anger inside of him does not subside whatsoever during this time, and he rushes at Kami, with Kami able to counter this attack and send him flying back. Kami says that, "I'm not the man you are looking for, however I can help you get strong enough to kill that man," with Tien saying yes immediately, because he doesn't care what he has to do. He must avenge Chaozu. if it's the last thing he does. So he goes with Kami, who at this point is looking to create a warrior. Kami's aware of the arrival of the Saiyans, because with power levels that high arriving on your planet, higher than anything you've ever felt, you're not going to not notice that. He didn't approach them because he wasn't sure what their intentions were. So Kami wants to create a fighter strong enough to kill any threat that the Earth receives. This is when Kami, well, not Kami, this is when the Saiyans arrive at the Red Ribbon Army base. They walk in straight into the base, meeting their first android, who was quickly killed. And instead of killing everyone in the base, they just look for the leader. This is when Commander Red meets them. And seeing as they killed the strongest android ever, that the entire facility and army had ever created in a single tap, he decides to comply. And he actually decides to work under them, with the Saiyans taking control of the Red Ribbon Army, seeing as they will need the resources. Goku asks for all the Dragon Balls. They quickly oblige because they fear death. This is when they go to the place with the remaining 3 Dragon Balls. They meet Emperor Pilaf, take the Dragon Balls from Emperor Pilaf, who at this point, although they think have 3, only has 1 because Demon King Piccolo had actually come by and taken them, with Pilaf only being able to hide the last one, feigning ignorance to where it was. This is when Goku sees that the last 2 Dragon Balls are somewhere off in the distance, and tells them to wait there while he goes retrieves them. He flies up, seeing Demon King Piccolo. Piccolo's stunned just how fast this man was moving, but he doesn't really see this as a challenge, not knowing just how large the strength gap between him and Goku is. With Goku telling him to give him the Dragon Balls, Piccolo refusing obviously. However, Goku runs up to Piccolo's stomach, deducing that that's where the balls were, and rips them out of his chest, with Piccolo's dying breath able to spit an egg out into the distance. And that's it for this part. The Saiyans of the Dragon Ball, they're about to make their wish. And see you next part. Don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. Thank you for the support and everything like that.